we're working on new shit right now. We had Ghost that came out just in January, and then
you guys played it on the boat, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because we played it in Australia, and then we played it on the boat. Yeah. And then we have a new one coming out now too. It's called Motorbike, and we on the B side of that's going to be a cover of "Don't Change" from INXS. That's pretty cool.
Finally, we're going to commit
really
that.
Cool. It's like, computer crash yesterday because of fucking heat. So the track's not up. Yeah.
I've been wondering if you're ever going to put that to tape or digital. Whatever you guys do.
Ronnie played on it too. He played the rhythms.
Oh, sweet.
Because I've heard you do the
we put a little AC/DC part at the beginning. That's like
I've heard you do the INXS song live, and when I first heard, I thought, man, this is an odd choice of cover for them, but it works beautifully, man. It's like when you did "You're So Vain," that made perfect sense because you and Carly Simon kind of have that grit in your voice. But when I heard that you were doing "Don't Change," I thought, man, that's an odd choice. But I love the way
it's such a good. It's such a good song.
It's just a great song. And then for me, again, this is going to sound like the fanboy hour, but your voice on top of that song makes it even more killer. But my knowledge, it's never been recorded on even a B-side or available any way that I'm aware of. So
no, it wasn't. It's right here. It's like I'm just finishing up. I had to do a vocal of just a 1, 2, 3, 4, right when it kicks into that was the last thing to record. I just did it yesterday. Now it's like getting it ready got all the stems done for Jacob. I'm going to send it over to him on Monday to fix it.
So do you have plans to put out an album? Or are you going to continue to put things out as sort of singles?
Kind of singles right now, just until we get a batch of them. Then we'll gather like 4 tracks and then put them with all those singles and put that out. But we're going to do a box of the vinyl, because the vinyls are all really cool. And then we'll put like 4 new ones together, whether we put back-to-back singles that are going to go with them, and then put a box set of the singles. Because with Nola, Ghost, and now Motorbike, with there's 3 there, and then probably 2 more, and that's 5 track or 10 tracks. And then even though fucking Ghost had Pirate on both sides, it was just all of doing a deal with Golden Robot. So got them, because Nola and Pirate Love, we just kind of did it on our own. It was coming out of COVID, and we recorded it. We produced everything. We did the artwork. I got the tracks fucking lacquers cut. I had it mastered and all that shit. And Gilby mixed it and on Nola. I wanted a really cool package. It's like the cover, the 7-inch vinyl. It's red. It's got the label. Our buddy Sam Harris did all the artwork. It looks fucking killer, and it sounds great. 7-inch. It's a piece of piece of art. So it's like, plus it's got cool tunes on it. So, but it has Pirate Love and from Thunders, and that was another old cover that we started recording that we pulled out, because both those tracks, Nola was an old song that I started during when we did Glory Hole, and I was going through when I got sober. I was going through old tracks that weren't done. That was a song that never got finished in time for that record. So, but it was almost done. So it was like, came back in and had Sam. So it's like, let's just go in and retrack these fucking guitars. A lot of guitars were mine, that I did, me and Ace, but even most of them were mine. And because I wrote the shit. So it's like, but I'm like, you do it.
Right.
Way better. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just killer. And when you got an idea for this part, and it's like, yeah. And it was like, got the talk box going, and it's just turned into another beast. And that song turned out great. And then Pirate was just fun as fucking shit too. That song is so fun to play live. And Sam's lead on that part, they're split up into Ace and Sam. They're both leads are cool, but Sam's lead has just got this fucking bounce to it that I just, every time I'm on stage and I hear it, I just want to bounce and dance and just bounce my head like a bobblehead. Just
That's how you know it's working.
don't do
That's
that.
how you know it's good.
Yeah,
That's how you know it's good.
So,
When you
but
guys,
so those came out, like Pirate came out again on Ghost because Golden Robot's paying for shit now, so they're paying for tracks, and I want Nola to come out again too through them as well, just so it gets more play. So we'll see what Mark does. Mark's been cool. We'll see what happens. Mark from Golden Robot.
What kind of timeline are we talking about?
I'm in my old man groove. I kind of get shit when I fucking get the shit done. I'm just kind of, it'll be done when it's fucking done. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not like the old days where, we go into the rehearsal room for a week and a half and write 10 songs and go, okay, let's go in the studio. It's like,
what's your process? No deadline, bitch.
Yeah,
No deadline.
exactly. There isn't. I have more issue getting paid when I gotta, waiting on that. Now it's like, pay me, then you get the tracks. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah, that's good management.
Yeah. I was just curious because obviously there's been a huge gap of time between Faster Pussycat material, but in recent years, you've kind of been teasing us with a single here and a single there. And I'm asking myself, okay, when does this all add up to an album?
Well, when they all add up to an album, that's kind of like the aspect of it. That's what I figured. I figured I'm going to get these tracks done, put 2 out. Bring them out together, whether they're on vinyl and then digitally, so they're out there. So it's not like, so you could wait. Who knows what kind of funk I could get into, where it's like, okay, these other 3 songs are going to take forever. I'm not trying. I'm just going as we go and trying to get stuff done. So,
That's
like I said, we got Don't Change is almost done, so those 2 are done. We got a couple others that are tracked, not all tracked. It's not all, but it's the bones are in there. A lot of the vocals are done, and there's a bunch of guitars, and a couple of them need some drum overdubs and stuff too. So there's a bunch more in the works. So
great.
What's your process in writing? Everybody has it's always similar, but how do you write? Is it a melody? Is it a lyric? Is it a riff?
It's changed over the years in terms of, and that all works. I'll think of a fucking line when I'm laying in bed. I'll be like, write that down. But then sometimes I'll just come in and put down a beat, just whether it's just a simple boom, 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 I'll just that, and then I'll just run just a simple like Ministry bass riff or just something that's just solid, The Cure or something like that. And then then I'll come up with either a vocal melody line or a fucking guitar riff that's like something else, whether it's just fucking just rock. And that's pretty much how I did all of Glory Hole and stuff. And that's how I did a lot of the earlier shit too, And then I'd do that. I'd come up with the thing, and then I'd bring them into the rehearsal room with the guys, and then we'd bang it out with, with Mark and everybody. But nowadays, over the last couple decades, is basically just fucking, we got the rig, just fucking work on some riffs and then bounce. What do you think of that? I'll bring the guys over and just go, what do you think about this? You got an idea for that? You know what I mean? So then we'll go in like these tracks at Ghost and Nola, and there's one of the next ones called Wonderful Life. There's a song called Pretty Ugly that's coming up. And those we went and did drums over at Storm's place. We did live drums on them. And Don't Change got live drums on it. We did over at Matt's too. So some of those songs are like we started working on them a couple years ago, just then COVID, and then everything fucking. So I was tracking shit, and then we're fine tuning. I'm a nitpicker. I always want shit to be. If I'm going to put out something, I haven't put out anything new and forever. At least me myself. I want to know it went to where it needed to go before it was finished. So it's like the old days, we just record our shit and just hope it turns out cool.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got some producer and some engineer doing your shit and fucking nowadays we're recording the shit. I'm doing everything. You know what I mean? Whether doing all the tracking, whether we're doing drums over somewhere else to get that, then I bring it in here and edit the shit down and do any sound replacing on some of the kicks and snares and whatnot, and doing all that shit, and then building the shit here. So, dude, some bunch of guitars and shit too over Gilby's. He's got fucking.
I'm sure
Shit for doing all that.
I'm sure.
Nice.